So recently, a photo came out of Elon Musk on a yacht, holding a drink, looking very pale, and having a very Tesla body shape, very angular. Funny, because it reminds me of his truck. Someone even drew a picture where there's like a little person, like a little Elon Musk, controlling some controls sitting in his like upper area. But what I want to address is what you can learn from that picture about like aesthetics of the human body, bodybuilding, fitness. Like a lot of people mistake how he looks for being fat and out of shape. I'm not saying he's whatever like a top athlete is, like Olympic athlete. I'm not saying he's even like in the shape of a college athlete, but I don't think he's in bad shape. I'll tell you why. Because it's his bone structure. Now, it doesn't help that he also kind of has some man boobs that are sagging down. But watch this. And remember, on camera, things get distorted. You may not be able to notice things as much. And perhaps Elon Musk has an even larger rib cage than myself. Most likely he does. It looks like he does. But check this out. I've got a real big chest, and my rib cage still sticks out further than my chest. I was trying to get different backgrounds so you could see better. Let's check that out again. Keep in mind, I've got a big chest. I can bench 315 for multiple reps. There's a lot of meat here. Now, imagine if I did not have a big chest. Instead of it being kind of like this, it'd be more like that. Because my chest brings out more mass on top versus all like so my rib cage is here. Like if I just had the rib cage it'd be like this, but I got the chest so it's like that. um, I'll do it one more time. When I stand up straight, my rib cage sticks out further than my big chest. So Elon Musk does not have big chest muscles. He's got some fat, some looks like fatty tissue gynecomastia, which is sagging down on top of his rib cage, further adding to that angular shape. Because he's got no mass up here, it all sinks down to here. And then in that one photo, he does seem to be sucking in his stomach a bit. So everything serves to accentuate this area sticking out the most. And this is actually the kind of thing that makes or breaks like an Instagram model or a physique competitor, because certain people, let's take Elon Musk for example, chances are no matter how lean he gets, let's say he had an okay amount of muscle, got really lean, he's probably never gonna look good like an Instagram fitness model in photos. You might see him in real life and be like, oh yeah, he's in good shape. But the aesthetics aren't there for especially photos. I mean, they're not there in person, but you especially see them in photos because there's something about when we see people in person, you can be like, yeah, that's a lot of muscle he's got on. Whereas in photos, it's like there's a guy that's way smaller, but he's got the right proportions, and you're like, whoa, he looks great. And then in reality, it's like, does he even work out? I've seen people like that. In photos, you're like, man, he looks amazing. And in reality, you're like, is this guy gonna work out with us? Like, I can't tell. He probably works out sometimes. Whereas myself, I'm not Mr. Olympia, but trust me, in person, you see me walking towards you, you're like, yeah, he works out. Not to complain about my body, I love my body, but I will probably never have one of those Instagram physiques because of my ribcage, because of narrow shoulders, because of wide hips. All these things are extremely important for looking aesthetic. I've got so much more muscle on me than most guys who can look 10 times better in photos. Now, I don't mean literally 10 times better, but the point being that someone who has 20 pounds less muscle than me, but has like wider shoulders, rib cage doesn't stick out as much, different hips, all that stuff can make you look much more aesthetic and muscular than you actually are. And then add into that body fat, even skin thickness. Because, like, I know I'm not the thinnest, but I've also got really thick skin. So it's like, even when I diet down, there's all these factors like the rib cage, the wide hips, the narrow shoulders, the thick skin. I just don't look as aesthetic as some other people. I look more aesthetic than I imagine Elon Musk would. But yeah, everybody's different, and you need all those things to look like an Instagram model. Like I said, Elon Musk, he diets down, he puts on some muscle. He's never gonna look great in photos. Sure, he'll look good, but he will never look like an Instagram fitness model. I think it's impossible for him. For myself, I know when I was younger, there was a period of time when I was injured. I got really skinny for a while because I was not doing good in life, just not eating, just withering away. But I did maintain my abs. So I had very low body fat. Now, not like not 5% body fat, most likely. But I was really lean, had good abs, and I knew exactly which photos to take that could just show off my abs. And like, you couldn't really tell that my arms and the rest of my body were really withered away. But despite that, despite being really low body fat, if I took any photos like selfies or just other photos without that perfect like angle, perfect posing, I just looked super unpleasant. Didn't matter that I was really lean, it just did not look good. It's hard to explain, but yeah, look at that photo of Elon Musk. Imagine if he did lose body fat, like try to keep the skeletal frame where it is and just pull back the body fat. He wouldn't look that good. So I hope this opens your eyes up to some stuff. It sucks if you weren't born with perfect proportions of everything to look exactly how you want to look, but that's life. I think without social media and the internet, we wouldn't think about it nearly as much. Because, like myself, I think I look great in person, but then I take these photos and, like, I don't look that good. But actually, I look pretty good on camera right now. So, yeah, not everyone's an Instagram model, but it's not the most important thing in life.